Hello to all of the North Node signs out there. This is Samara, and welcome to Feminist Alchemist. I'm just doing this recording one introduction for all of the signs. Just seemed easier. So, welcome. These readings are for the North Node and only the North Node. I don't focus on any other placement. One day I'll give you the whole story as to why, one day not far from now. But yeah, so if you're not sure if your North Node is in the sign that you are watching now, then do check out the link in the description box to the Feminist Alchemist website, where there is a North Node chart, and you can look up your birthday and see where the North Node was on that day. If you are not very clear on what the North Node signifies in your chart, it is not really a planet or an object. It's a mathematical point, and it signifies your soul's direction, your soul's longing for fulfillment in this lifetime, what it would like to experience. I do have a short video also linked in the description box where you can see how my guides have described the North Node to me, at least back when I first started digging into this topic. Yes, so these are general readings. Not everything is going to resonate with you. So just take what strikes a chord, and the rest you can leave to whoever else in your North Node collective needs to hear that message at this time. Feel free to like and share this video. Do also subscribe to the Feminist Alchemist channel. It helps me connect with your energy more strongly for the purpose of these readings and other readings that I do as well. What else do you need to know? So this spread that I use has been given to me by my guides, and every North Node session has a different we start off the same, but there's always one special kind of wild card, I would call it. And for this year, for this 3-month time period from the summer solstice until 3 months from the summer solstice, so from June 21st to September 21st, we are looking at what I will ask what past life information, what past lives specifically are being brought back into your conscious awareness now in order to aid your spiritual development, your ascension, your soul's expansion. So let me run down all of the different sections of this reading. They will all be time-stamped in the description box below for you to easily navigate and come back to at any point in this 3-month window if you want to review any section. So section 1 is your universal energies, so the highest vibrational energies that they're all available to you right now, but these are the ones that are showing up most prominently for you to work with for your expansion. The second set of cards I pull are for your 5D self, higher self, future self, and messages that come from that source for what energies, parts of your life you should focus on for your highest good at this time. In the 3D, or the next set of cards is the 3D reality. That's what's showing up in your physical reality as opportunities for expansion at this time. Then I pull cards asking how to bridge your 3D reality with your 5D reality. What are the strategies that you can use to help you elevate your awareness, your consciousness, and ultimately improve your life in the next 3 months. The next set of cards I pull is the wild card. Wild cards, there's always 4 of them, 4 or more. And that, as I said, this time around has to do with what is being brought up from your soul's memories in order to be integrated into your current life. This could be your past lives. It could also be past experiences in this lifetime. And then I pull your final oracles, and that is it. I will say off, just as a little disclaimer, I am using this really awesome and very direct deck for your 3D this time. It's a tarot deck that has a lot more cards. It's called, well, I'm not really doing promo of decks, so yeah. but this particular deck, every card is unique. It has like 7 death cards in it. And I have actually only used it for myself up to now. So when I use it in this reading, I will have to sometimes refer to the book to even know which cards are which. For example, there's cards in there that don't really, show up in a normal deck. But yeah, this deck, well, when I use it, it gives me some very direct answers. It's not like it's mean. It's not a mean deck, but it's definitely blunt. It's a blunt deck, but for your highest good. So with that, I will let you now enjoy your reading, and I will see you again soon. Hello, Taurus North Node. Welcome to your reading. So I'll get right into your universal energies, the overarching energies that are affecting you at this time. I'm trying out a new mic. I'm not that happy with the way it sounds. So so far from what I've heard from not the final edited videos, but, the ones I've done so far. Yeah, so I hope that it doesn't distort your experience in any way. Anyway, let me stop talking and shuffle. Taurus North Node. There we go. So I'll just get your first 4 and then we'll start. And then I'll read them all together. Mm-hmm. Okay. So before I get into these cards, the energy I was feeling, like part of the reason why I notice when it takes a while for the cards to come out, because I've already done the premeditation, so the cards should be ready to fly out at lightning speed. But I kept getting distracted with some friendship situations that are currently weighing on my mind. And I had that feeling for you as well. Normally, I get messages that are, they show me energies that I've experienced, and that apply to you, basically. So that may apply to you, or in a way. So anyway, the energy that I was getting was having your focus pulled to interpersonal dramas, is the word I'll use. Interpersonal dramas, interpersonal relationships, and it pulling your energy from the real, where you could do the most good, the most powerful manifestations in your life in the next 3 months. So that's something to watch out for in your overarching energy, being distracted or being pulled out of your center. The first card you have here is Nectar of Life. Then we have the Grid, number 22. Then we have Om and Awakening. So yes, this kind of, I will give you speckles of what came out in the pre-meditation as I was shuffling your cards. As it relates to as it, comes out through the cards. But in the overarching energy, I got this energy of your life, your energy. First of all, I did see the color orange a lot. So that's reflected in this card. And that for me is the sacral chakra. And it's about passion and joy and creating the life you want, loving the life you create, creating for creation's sake. And we're all creators, whether or not it's an artistic way or in a mechanical way or, actual building of things physically. Over the next 3 months, there's the energy of what you are creating in your life and why you are creating it. And the grid, for some of you, you may be moving. But I'm also getting the energy of what foundations are you laying? What foundations have you already laid? What dots connect for you? Like, how have you connected the dots of your life? And I feel that there's a call to reconfigure. You have the ability, the universe is on your side for reconfiguring anything, any circuitry, any networks that are not working for you. This may mean eliminating certain things from your life, adding things, or just restructuring how things connect to each other to make a system that is more enjoyable for you. Inner peace, meditation, slowing down and really figuring out what you want and evaluating how you feel about what you've already created and how you feel about the people and situations in your life. And awakening is seeing your life from a more objective, higher perspective. I feel you also being able to detach emotionally from certain situations so that you can actually make a decision that serves you better. In the pre-meditation, it also came up that you may be making decisions based on obligations to other people, other people's opinions. I'm trying to find the words for it. It feels, obligations to other people, promises you made that you don't want to break, fear of the consequences and the consequences of how people will see you, which is really consequences of how you fear, like what you fear you will then believe about yourself if you do or do not do something. Let's see what your 5D self is calling you to focus on in the next 3 months. Do you want these? I mean, they just kind of flew. I want to redo that because it feels unclear. There's one that they wanted from their first chakra. First chakra, which is the root chakra. Remembrance. Expression. Sensitivity. Freedom and alchemy. No, okay, fine. We're going to do that. And at the bottom of the deck, you have presence. So with the first chakra, I'm kind of getting everything together. fundamental changes in your life coming in the next 3 months. Some of them are going to come from the outside. Some of them you will initiate from the inside. For some of you, as I said, you are moving, but there's a fundamental change of all of the systems that you think keep you safe and secure in life. Fundamental evaluation of those systems, what you have built, your network, your friends, they're showing me even like how your money flows, how you make money, how you spend money, where you save it. Because remember, Taurus, North Node. Taurus is about material abundance, material security, luxury, comforts of home. So that is a big theme for your soul in this lifetime. So I feel you will be, in the next 3 months, really working on what is your idea of stability, and what systems have you created in your life to create stability, and whether or not those are serving you on this side, which is the nectar of life, the joy. Do you remember what you came to this lifetime to do? Do you remember what you loved in your childhood, what your passions are? If you have gone to a career path or a lifestyle or chose a partner based on what you figured is the more sensible thing to do, this may be exactly what is being called into question in the next 3 months. You will have they want you to focus on expressing your true desires, expressing your true self. If you suppress your creativity, because with these I'm seeing mostly the third eye, although this has like crown, solar plexus, and heart chakra colors in it too. I'm getting from the middle, I'm getting the third eye and sacral chakra. It's like your visions into reality. Your visions should interact with reality. Are all of them going to be fully developed? No, right? People have, I don't even know how many number of creative ideas a day, and not all of them are acted upon. But, it's good to have people to share ideas with, to share dreams with, or to have outlets so that it doesn't become a backlog in your chakras, right? In your throat, in your third eye, in your sacral chakra, getting clogged up with not being things that have not been said. Sensitivity, I'm going to read it. The frequency of sensitivity helps us to open to the world of subtlety and detail while anchoring in a structural foundation. So the word foundation is coming in again, thus supporting us to become more fully multidimensional. I have here that you are suppressing things that you already know, things that you know, like an inner knowing. You're suppressing your inner knowing because it seems to be easier to go about life if you just align yourself with certain people, with the status quo, or with whatever you've already built. Freedom wants you to know that you can create anything, right? The change and the fear of consequences is what normally keeps us from changing course. But the divine, our guides, and whatever and whomever you believe in, remind us that change is always possible. It just could be challenging to your ego. It could be emotionally challenging, right? It can take longer than we would like because there are other people involved or other structures intertwined with ours. But that does not mean that the change is not possible. You always have the freedom to take a change, to make a change, even if the consequences don't seem attractive to you. Sometimes, I saw another reader, I forget her name, but anyway, she's great when I remember it. She said, choice is not going to the grocery store and picking from 50 different cereals. Like, that's not really choice. Choice is when neither outcome seems attractive, right? But you need to make a choice, and you really have to choose to prioritize yourself and what will be best for you in the long term, even if the short term doesn't feel positive, right? Like, those are real choices. And you may be faced with that type of choice. In your pre-meditation as well, you had the I'm looking at my notes just to see which part of it kind of goes with this. Oh yeah, they say it's easier than you think. Prioritizing your passions is easier than you think. Forget perceived consequences. Don't doubt your abilities. Give your fears and anxieties to the earth, the angels, etc. Accept that people may not agree or understand you. That doesn't mean you should change what you're doing. And yeah. And then we have alchemy. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. So you have the ability to change. They want you to recognize that you do have the ability to recreate whatever area of your life needs to be recreated or that you feel to recreate. You can do it. And I did get something like that. You can do it. Yeah, don't doubt your ability. Some of you have psychic abilities that are opening up. Don't doubt your abilities. But I feel what I'm really feeling in this reading, though, I'm going to go to the 3D next, but what I'm really feeling so far is that you actually have many elements that are working for you, but they're simply not arranged in the most efficient way, in the most beneficial way. So you could be, they gave me the words convoluted in the premeditation as well. You could be using your gifts and talents in a way that is not the shortest way to being effective and being abundant in return, right? So you could have packaged your gifts in something that is convoluted, that is too many steps, that is too much, that has been overthought. And normally it's overthought because we want it to fit into a box that someone else created. They want you to know that there's a better way of doing what you're doing that will free up more time for you to enjoy life. It will be more enjoyable for you. It will not be tedious, and you'll find more energy for the tasks at hand because it's fueled by, like, your passion is going more. They just keep showing me, like, I can draw it with my finger. So they're showing me something going, like, all this, like through a maze, to get to the end, right? Boop, 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 boop. And then they're showing me like straight line. And obviously straight line is a more efficient use of your energy. So there's a way of doing things that's a more efficient use of what you have to offer the world, or the life that you're trying to create for yourself. There's a more efficient way to do it than what you are doing now. And it's not as complicated as you may think. Look for simplified ways of doing things, and be objective when it comes to cutting people or things, work arrangements out of your life. As in, let it go and let people have their emotions about it, and you know that it's just the best thing for you to do. 3D, what is coming up in your 3D life? I'm trying to keep it moving because I have a tendency this can get very long if I just keep talking. So, I thought something flipped over. Okay. What is happening in your 3D reality that is showing up as opportunities for growth? Which way is this? Okay, the first one is the Three of Cups. The second one I have to look up in the book because, yeah. I haven't recorded the, what's it called? The intro at this time, so I'm not sure if I explained about this deck, but I will make a note that I should. The Eight of Pentacles. Interesting. And I also have to look that one up. Okay, give me a second. I'm just going to pause and check. So yeah, it's good I took a little look up because these cards are completely unique to this deck. So we have the Three of Cups in reverse. We have the Sun sigil. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and that has nothing to do with the Eight of Pentacles. Just FYI. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have this, it's called the Six of Inking Balls. So what does that all mean? So what is showing up in your 3D reality that is presenting itself as opportunities for expansion? The Three of Cups in reverse, I see you pulling back from social situations because they're not feeling fulfilling. I'm feeling these two together. They're both in reverse here. And the Eight of Pentacles is about getting caught up in pleasure. This is what it looks like upright, right? This is in reverse. It's like seeking pleasure as an escape to the detriment of other ways that you can be creating joy in your life. So if you are not feeling joy, I'm getting that you will not feel as much fulfillment in your social situations and in your collaborations as you used to. They will not be as emotionally fulfilling for you. You won't feel grounded within them necessarily over the next 3 months. Whether or not this has always been the case, or you're just now recognizing it because of an awakening, will be different for each of you. But there's discontent or a lack of fulfillment in the interpersonal relationships. The Sun here is about creating your own joy. So if we're going through it this way, which I should, this lack of fulfillment will lead you to want to create more joy in your life, try to fill that void, because before this used to be fulfilling. Now it's not so fulfilling, right? Now you'll be looking for ways to create joy in your life. And you will have to be cautious about overindulging in any, let's say, quick fixes to create pleasurable experiences. Quick fixes: alcohol, drugs, food, shopping. I mean, from this card, self-pleasuring. Also, we have nothing against self-pleasuring. We're just saying that if you are avoiding all social situations to do that for hours on end, then you have to weigh the costs of making that choice. And we also have then the Six of Inking Balls is about overworking or throwing yourself deep into work, into projects, either by your own will to not participate in other aspects of your life, or by other people putting pressures on you and you attempting to, be successful within their framework of what success looks like, what a good team member looks like, what a good partner looks like. And I'm getting also from the Six of Inking Balls that it's about you also suppressing your way of doing things in order to satisfy someone else's way of doing things. I'm getting the impression mostly for career, but this could also be a home life situation, a cohabitation situation. It could also be in relationships, whether they're romantic or friendships or familial. There's something down here that is beckoning with sensitivity and freedom. Okay, I'm also getting that you have to be wary of using these quick fixes to pleasure to suppress what you are actually feeling of the discomfort and sensitivity to the world around you. Like, be careful of numbing yourself to your own reality of discontent in whatever area that comes up in. Like, I'm sorry to be like, oh, you guys are going to be unhappy. But unhappiness is one of the main, what's the word I'm looking for? Not influences. What's that word? Intentions? Yeah. Anyway, impetus. I always miss this word. It starts with an I. But anyway, it's the reason why you choose to change something. Influence. Yeah, I don't know. Unhappiness often is the reason why people choose to make a change in their life. So be careful. Let the unhappiness, the awareness of your discontent actually drive you to change something, as opposed to burying yourself in whatever your quick fix to pleasure is. But we'll get some advice now on how to bridge the 3D and the 5D. How can Taurus North Node bridge the 3D and the 5D? Childhood, innocence. Yeah, I'm totally getting from this corner that something from your childhood is resurfacing, like a passion, a dream, a talent that you tucked away. because you didn't find it, necessarily useful, or people told you it wasn't useful. Tsunami, wake-up call. Okay. I just heard there's a song I like called Let It Rain. I mean, tsunami is much more than raining, but yeah. I don't think they want that one. It didn't flip over completely. There we go. I'm a little confused now. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to read that. Let me just see. Okay, yes. Confirmation is good. At the bottom we have eagle, communion. Okay, so there's something definitely coming from your childhood, coming back to you. And I feel that you also are going to just want more pure relationships, more simplified relationships where it's just clear we like each other, we work together, it's great. We live together, we can be in the same room and not be talking to each other, doing our own thing, and it feels great. There's something about simplifying your relationships and simplifying your understanding of people. They're saying that you sometimes attribute very complex reasonings behind people's actions or around why you can or cannot do things. But even with that understanding, you have to come to the simple things. Simple things like this person's presence makes me uncomfortable, and so I'm not going to spend time with them, period. Or I'm going to limit my time with them. Because I'm getting the feeling that you say, oh, but, if I do go to this party, then maybe I'll meet, schmooze with a potential client or with influential people in my industry, and it can help me get here and it can help me get there. But you ignore the fact that you don't actually like the people you're hanging out with, or you don't actually like the work that you're doing. And they're saying that the first step is just acknowledging it to begin with. It has nothing to do, we're not at the point where you decide what you're going to do about it. At least not with that card, right? Wake up call, they're showing me the moon here. You have to really acknowledge what it is that you actually think and feel. Oh, with this card here, I'm also getting, I have to go back because they drew me to my notes from the meditation. The sentence came out, we've outgrown each other. So you may have structures in your life or people in your life that you've known for a long time, that you've been acquainted with for a long time, and you've just outgrown them. So this is why it's very important for you to be honest with yourself about what it is you are feeling. And here you have the lower chakra energy that needs to be acknowledged. It's like your body and your intuition is telling you things that you are not taking as reality. You're dismissing as worry, anxiety, or whatever you're dismissing it as, but you're not acknowledging that it is your true self and your intuition telling you that this constellation that you have created is not working anymore. Let your feelings flow. And allow that to bring you the visions, entertain visions of what you want your life to look and feel like. In your search for pleasure and joy and forgetting, relief from all of the pressures or discontent, just use that as a catalyst for creating, envisioning what it is you want to come to fruition, what it is. So if you went to a party and you weren't happy there, you come home feeling like, why did I even go? How could that party have been different to make you feel more content? And you visualize that, for example. And it's okay to visualize that people are different, they're saying, but be careful about, like, visualizing that a person acts differently is one thing. We all do it. But take that and don't stay there. Let that energy just then be a different person. Like, turn it into a different person. Right? It's like, I wish Lisa was like this. Take that energy and make it not, like, it's not Lisa anymore. Just say, I wish I knew a person like this, or I got to interact with a person like this. And that's where you will start creating from. And you have the freedom to create whatever you want. DNA karma. When I moved, like, this card did feel very good over there, but it wasn't meant for there. But I'm trying to discern what is coming from this card. Okay, well, here's the thing. What is happening for you in your life right now is not just you having wishful thinking or you being discontent, and it's not, it is meant to be. It is very much meant to be, and it's very much time. And if you're listening, here, to your inner wisdom and paying attention to, you can't see the bigger picture, but where you are in the network is not the most effective place that you can be. Right? So you are meant to move on. And for some of you, as I said, you will be physically moving. But the reason that your soul is saying, we're unhappy here, is because where you are is not in alignment with where it's time for you to be. There may be something for some of you as well that comes through your family that is awakening for you in divine timing, and it's time for you to step into a certain role in your family. But some of you, this kind of wisdom from your ancestors is being awakened within you so that you play a role that you are meant to play, or that your soul has agreed to play. What words are they giving? To continue for the healing of your lineage, for honoring your lineage. There's something there for some of you. Okay, what is being awoken from your past lives or past experiences in this life? We have sleeping chips. The orbs. Okay. 3 of trees and life map. Oh, they want it here. Okay. Because they came out at the same time. But there we go. It's very nice when they confirm by just throwing the card exactly where it needs to go. And the 5 of lotuses. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Wanderer. Okay, so moving it keeps coming up. Moving keeps coming up. What is being awoken from your past lives experiences and past experiences from this lifetime? Okay, so I'm getting that in the past life or this definitely feels like a past life. Someone who navigated by intuition. So you may have been there were people who navigated by the stars for sure, but this was more of a, it wasn't just your senses, your intuition, your gut feeling. Like you call it a gut feeling, but it didn't come from nowhere. It came from nature, from the elements, navigating. And knowing when to move, nomadic lifestyle. The Wanderer is at the bottom. When you have a nomadic lifestyle or you're living like in the outdoors, you have to, sense when rain is coming, sense when snow is coming, sense, when the tide is low, when the tide is high. You have to work very much with the way that nature and the elements are working. You are at its mercy. So it is in your interest to be tapped into the signs and the language of your environment. So I see what is arising for you is that you become more intuitive about the nature of your environment. And you will be able to move more intuitively with what you feel is, right action. And what's right for you may not be right for someone else, and vice versa. This is about following this river, going on this journey. So your intuition about people, about places, about timing will be awakening in the next 3 months. And then we have the orbs. And this is coming around your DNA, karma, and the network. This is not a specific past life or a past experience. These are people coming into your life. Did I get soul family? Well, we've outgrown each other in your pre-meditation. So I'm getting here that you will be anchored by people from the past resurfacing and those relationships being re-solidified. Your network will change. And some of those people will be new people, but they're people that you have a soul contract with, like they're in your soul family, not a karmic. Oh, no, there is. Be wary as well that there's some people in your life who they trigger you in a certain way for your growth, and it's a karmic relationship, and therefore you can just be, as we said in the meditation, we've outgrown each other, right? You can be thankful for what they've given you up to now, and it's time to let them go and let new people in. That's what I'm getting from the orb. So that's people in your life. And if you work with past lives and with soul contracts and such, you will, that is coming to life map here, you will be able to identify who those people are. And work with it on your end. They don't need to change. You can change your perspective. You can change the energy that you send out to the relationship. Life map, which is basically the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, and the Three of Trees. So once again, you have the choice of how you act or react. I see in a past life that you worked in the etheric realms of creation. So you may have been I'm getting a spiritual mystic, shaman, someone that people came to when they wanted something to manifest in their life. And you help people create their life map or connect to the soul's plan. With the Three of Trees, with it, let me see. You help people find home. Those are the words they're giving to me. You help people find home. So you were a guide of some sort, and some of you, the guide was not in the physical realm. You took people literally like into past lives. You help people find themselves. And those gifts will resurface so that you can help yourself find yourself. This may also be something that you feel called to do for other people in whatever way that is, right? Finding themselves does not need to be like a psychologist, a therapist, or, any type of direct healing. You could be making, an affirmation deck. You could be making candles that have cool messages on them, right? You could be coming out with a makeup line that is for people with a certain skin type, right? But in any case, you help people express their authentic selves more fully or be more happy in their lives. So it's interesting that you are in this pursuit of happiness, is what I'm seeing in your reading. And you were also someone who helped people create happiness in their lives. The Five of Lotuses is telling me that you had some really, we've all had, and this, like, look at this Five of Lotus and look at the tsunami. It's just, in a past life you had there's some great destruction, some great heartache, great loss it could have been like your whole village or your whole country. If this past life is even on this planet, it could be another planet that was completely destroyed. Point is, major loss. And that sense of loss, so what's going to be integrated is you're going to notice or recognize a major fear or a major trauma that affects how you move through life, or has affected how you move through life up to now. Recognizing that will enable you to change it, or to come to terms with it, to clear it however you see fit. You'll recognize a pattern of trauma, a deep-seated fear that influences how you move through life and how you see the world. And you will have the opportunity to change that in the next 3 months. I will pull your final oracles now. I'll pull one from, I have 2 decks, so I'll pull one from each. What final messages for Taurus? Final oracle messages for Taurus. Please, for Taurus North Node, that is. I have to say it that way, because words matter. Final messages. Taurus North Node. Okay, we got 2 cards there. Ancient Forest. Freedom Horse. That goes here. And then we're going to get one for the center from the other deck. Okay. We got Dragon's Lair. It's in reverse. Because there are reversals in that deck. So I'm just going to read from the guidebook, because I believe that the messages that you require to close this reading are exactly how it was written in the book. So, okay, card meeting for Ancient Forest. Your roots go deep. Incredible, radiant, healing strength is available to you and grows within you. Do not doubt your abilities. Did I not say that? I did say that. Do not doubt your abilities. You're so much more than you can possibly imagine. There's immense, unseen, but very real support around you. You are loved and cherished. You are grounded, stable, and strong as your spirit reaches high into the heavens. Let me also point to the tsunami card here to say that this sweeping, feeling of destruction or dread is there to teach you something. And it is also the support of your team that's washing away stuff that you don't need. And if you've been resisting it, they're just going to push a little harder. Just so you know. So your native spirit wants you to know in this card, throughout the world, those in indigenous cultures revere what are called the tree people. The powerful life force of trees can bring healing, strengthening, and grounding energies. The kind of tree might vary from culture to culture, but the reverence and gratitude for its beneficial energies are the same. The ancient forest is alive with nature spirits. Additionally, each tree has an individual spirit, especially powerful and resilient. The forest can survive the harshest conditions because of the mutual support of the spirit of the entire forest. Your greatest strength is silent and deep. It doesn't need a show of force, it just is. Inner power is found through contemplation, reflection, and meditation. Sometimes it comes from times of growth and change. Other times it springs from surviving and conquering painful situations. So this card also suggests that you spend time with trees, spend time in nature. Freedom Horse, I'll read next. The card meaning, let your spirit fly, do not hold back, break free and express yourself. Flaunt your stuff, dance, laugh, explore, and go beyond predictable behavior. Get out of the rut. You don't need to fit the mold. Be daring. Fling your arms to the heavens in joy. So you don't need to fit the mold. Something that came out in your pre-meditation. I'm looking for that line. Okay. Except that people may not agree or understand you. That doesn't mean you should change what you're doing. Yes. Okay. And then this card, your spirit native wants you to know, what your spirit native, your native spirit wants you to know. The horse allowed the natives of the Americas and Mongolia to travel great distances with ease. The horse also carried their supplies, which additionally granted freedom to those ancient peoples. This card chose you to remind you that you aren't here to be ordinary, but to step beyond limitations and self-imposed boundaries. Don't allow yourself to be trapped by convention or the expectations of others. You have the ability to choose your life on your terms. Replace the phrase I should with I could, but I choose not to at this time. Perhaps you aren't always free to create the exact circumstances of your life, but you're certainly able to decide what meaning to give to those situations. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to break free. And they suggest here that you can use your body to change your state of mind, put on music and dance with wild abandon. And this sends a message to yourself, to your subconscious, that you are truly free. Last but not least, I don't want to rush, but I do feel this reading is getting a little long, but these North Node readings are always long. Here we go. So the Dragon Slayer reversed. You're always protected and divinely directed. Okay, red flags shouldn't be ignored. Don't be seduced into learning a lesson that will hurt your heart. Temptation and intrigue abound, but be careful because you can't win this particular challenge. Heed this gentle warning about wanting and longing and the fantasy of belonging to someone, something, or an identity that has no true substance or longevity. Ignore this alarm and you'll wander in circles near the edge of a dragon's lair. Choose another path, for your treasures lie elsewhere. This is a very clear indication for those of you that are like, this situation is not working for me anymore. It's not working for you anymore. And it's not because you need to change yourself. It's because it's not for you. And you don't need to stick around and find out the details as to why it's not for you. All right, Taurus North Node, I hope that was helpful for you. Do remember you can come back at any time to check in with these messages over the next 3 months. And I do wish you all the best for your love and life and expansion. Take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.